Welcome to Andy's Garage. I'm Andy Phillips. Today I'm going to show you how to use a torque wrench. So let's go ahead and get started.
What we have here, this is a click type torque wrench right here that I picked up at Harbor Freight. It's by Pittsburgh. I'll put along the bottom the price that I got this for because, to be honest, I bought it a while back. But this is the torque wrench here. Let's go ahead and take it out so I can show you how to set it.
Now before we get started, these are really good tools to have, especially if you're working on vehicles or even some non-vehicles, providing that it requires specific foot-pounds of torque to be set. But these come in handy many times when you're working on vehicles, whether you're doing spark plugs, there's certain torques you have to set it to, different nuts and bolts, you want to be specific with that. This ensures that things are tightened properly, they're not over-tightened where they can break off, get stripped, or they're not under-tightened. So, definitely recommend that if you don't have one, definitely pick one of these up. This specific one that I have here has foot-pounds and it also has newtons meters on the other side. So depending on what measurement you're trying to do, it has both readings on here. It's also very important to take care of these if you do have one. You don't want to drop it. It's also good periodically to have a technician go ahead and recalibrate it. But even with those items out of the way, every time you use it, you want to make sure that you reset it properly. So that way you can ensure that it's giving you the proper reading. And here's how you would go ahead and reset your torque wrench.
What you want to do with your torque wrench in order to reset it, which is what I call it, but a lot of people call it exercising it, is you want to go ahead, take it down to the minimum setting, which here would be 0, and we're going to start at 0 and then take it all the way up to 150, which is the maximum. We're going to do that 3 times back and forth just to make sure that it's reset and we're getting an accurate reading. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and loosen here, which I already have it loosened. Starting here, we're going to go ahead and tighten that all the way up to the maximum torque. Take it all the way up to 150. There we go. Now take it all the way back down to 0. And you want to do this 3 times. I'm going to go ahead and take it back to 0, and then we're actually going to jump to the next scene, but keep in mind, if you were doing this, you want to do this 3 times before we continue. And here we are. We are done. Take it back down to 0 right here. Now that we've gone ahead and exercised it, the next thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and set the torque according to whatever item it is that you are tightening on your vehicle. So let's go ahead, we're going to set the torque, and then I'll show you how to then lock it in place, and then we'll go ahead and use it. Now, so you understand how it works, basically here you have from 0, and then it counts 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So basically your even numbers are shown, your odd are in between. This right here goes from 10 all the way up to 150 foot-pounds of torque. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be tightening some spark plugs that are to be set at 15. So the way that it works, we're going to go ahead and turn this till the 0 lines up with the 10, which is right here. As you can see there, it goes from 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So it goes in increments of 10. So anything in between, you're going to use this. So we're on 10. So now we're on 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that's 15 foot-pounds of torque. If you were to keep turning until you go around to the 10, you'll notice now that we're actually set on the 20. So we're going to use this here, come down to the 5. So since we hit the 10, now we counted to 5, we're at 15, and the same would apply then if you get up to the 20, the 30, 40. If you're trying to hit an in-between number, you're going to use this dial here to then dial in on anything in between those increments of 10. So now that we have it set on 15, let's head out to the vehicle so we can go ahead and tighten these spark plugs, and I'll show you how to work.
After you have your appropriate foot-pounds of torque set, you want to go ahead and tighten the locking knob to lock that in place. Go ahead and turn that clockwise all the way. Now that's locked in there, so that way it won't move out of place.
We have the torque wrench connected now to the socket, to the spark plugs. We have the torque set now to 15 foot-pounds of torque, which is what's recommended for this vehicle. So now we've gone ahead, we have it locked in.
We're going to use this torque wrench now, and we're going to slowly tighten it. When it reaches the desired foot-pounds of torque, you're going to hear it click, letting you know that you've hit that amount and that you therefore will not be able to over-tighten it. So here we go. Tighten it. And you should hear it now. There it is. You heard that click. You've hit the 15 foot-pounds of torque. You hear it again. Watch. There it is. Letting you know that you've hit it. The spark plug is now tightened to the appropriate foot-pounds of torque. It's not over-tightened. Won't get stripped, break, any of that. So we can go ahead and remove that. We're done. Okay, now that we've finished our project, what you want to do next is you want to store it properly. To do that, you want to go ahead and take the locking knob, loosen it all the way. Go ahead and take the torque, turn it all the way down to the lowest. And then at that point, you want to go ahead and you want to store it back in the case. That way you keep it free from getting damaged. Put that in there. Lock it all up in here. And what you want to do the next time you're ready to use it, when you take it out, you want to follow the same procedure that we followed at the beginning, which is called exercising, or as I call resetting it. And that's basically where you're going to take it from the lowest torque, go to the highest, back to the lowest. Do that 3 times before setting your desired foot-pounds of torque. Then set your foot-pounds, go ahead and lock the locking knob, do your thing, and then always go ahead and take it all down, loosen everything, undo the torque before you store it. That way it'll keep your torque wrench functioning properly. And as mentioned at the beginning, it's not a bad idea periodically to take it to a technician just to have it calibrated, make sure everything's working fine. You want to take care of these, you don't want to drop it, you don't want to misplace it, clean it off. Always store it nice, clean, keep it in the case. That way it's in perfect condition to use next time. Well, that pretty much wraps up this video. I hope this video was informative for you. I hope it helped you out. Please send me any questions, any comments. I would love to hear from you. As always, I appreciate all of the support out there as I'm constantly posting new videos each week. So please like this video, subscribe to this channel. I'll see you next time.